Some of you might not know me. You might be new to this space. I'm the
Uh,
co-founder of the Institute of Child Psychology. My name's Tammy Schamuhn, and I'm a child psychologist and a play therapist, and I have 3 kids at home. I am the co-author of the Parenting Handbook, along with my business partner, Tanya Johnson, why we do things. And it's about we, not I, not you doing things. If we start from a place of we, kids are less resistant because it makes them feel like they're connected and what they're doing has value. That's so important that they feel there's a reason they do this, not just because mom and dad are telling them to do something. And we want it to switch it to, and which is, it takes time, it takes years to do this, that children start to notice what needs to be done and to take it upon themselves to do those things, and gently pointing their attention to it. And I don't actually even call it chores in my house. It's just like our family culture. Like, it's just helping. Like, it's part of their responsibility and part of being, it's part of our family. We just talk about that, like I guess helping is just like the word. We don't have chores. I want to be super clear. I don't pay my kids to do work around our ranch that is part of their everyday work. That being said, my kids actually can earn money if they want extra money. We'll talk about that. And maybe it's because I grew up on a ranch myself. I grew up in a farming family, and so did my husband, where it's non-negotiable. Kids helping. This is just like the culture. Like and I grew up even. I'm coming from a divorced family, and my mom was also, I don't think she was as good as my dad was with getting us involved around the house, but for them to make their bed, my 17-year-old is now, she mows the lawns, as do I and my husband. And now my 11-year-old will actually start mowing the lawn this summer. So we have a little ride on that's got lots of guards on it. She's fully capable. She's very responsible. So she will start mowing the lawn as well. Not trusting the 8-year-old with that yet. So a little too impulsive and does not pay attention well enough that I would feel safe with that. And then I think what made me feel really good about this, because sometimes I kind of wonder, because my kids do a lot more than other families do, quite a bit more. I think some of my friends are mortified when they realize how much my kids do, but they're really capable kids. Is I started looking at the work of Dr. Michelina Duclef. She wrote the book Hunt, Gather, Parent. And I really, 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 really suggest you buy this book if you want to get your kids helping more. So when I say family-centric instead of child-centric, I mean, even the activities we do are based on the family, that we carve out time, for as much as we can for family meals and family walks and bike rides and recreational sports together, instead of putting kids in like all of these organized activities that ultimately just burn them out after some time if we push too hard. So I think this first requires a shift in mindset, that, and I promise you, this actually requires less of you instead of more of you. She found out through doing chores and from helping out what she was good at. And it was through helping out around the house that she figured it out. Turns out she's a damn good cook. She's an excellent cook. She found out she loves working with her hands. So she is the first one outside, picking up sticks, mowing the lawn, gardening. Like she cuts firewood. Like, she says she feels really strong in her body. She's stronger than even her boyfriend, she says. And so like, it was really neat to see her unearth that. And we started putting more responsibilities on her with helping with the younger kids. That doesn't mean she's parenting them. Please don't it's no discipline, nothing like that. But she started helping more with getting them ready and helping, watch them so we could go on a date night, or, getting them to help with cooking dinner. So the 3 of them had to figure it out. And she's actually really, really good with young kids. And so now, when she goes into a career, she will either probably work with animals or she'll work with young kids. She's got a gift for it. But literally, we found these things out by her helping around the house. So like I said, I don't pay my kids to do stuff unless they're earning something extra, like absolutely. But that's, it's not very often that I do that stuff. It's more in the summer. But this being said, the second, like, we look at this study of 20-month-olds, they're, by 18 months, kids want to help you because part of the attachment system is copying you. And that's the second stage of attachment. So that being identical to you. So if you're in the kitchen, they're in the kitchen. If you're fixing the car, they're grabbing the wrench. So that copying kind of instinct comes on. So whenever you're cleaning or cooking, they're in there. They want to be helping you. So we really want to capitalize on that. But the second we know, we start rewarding kids for engaging in something that's already naturally very intrinsic for them, they are less motivated to do it. And I said here, like, initiative is a skill learned over time. Like it's not going to develop overnight. So we're doing, we're giving breadcrumbs too. So another thing you can do is noticing instead of nagging. This comes from Dr. Tina Payne Bryson and Dr. Dan Siegel and their book, No Drama Discipline. And, it's noticing the holes in what's going on in your house instead of giving them crap because they didn't do the things, and shaming them, which then creates resistance. They feel like they're being controlled. So we're trying to put the onus on them. So you might say something like, I'm noticing that dad's in the kitchen cooking all by himself. I'm noticing I'm missing 2 kids in the kitchen after dinner and we didn't clean up. I'm noticing, holy cow, I just looked like an elephant came downstairs and went through the playroom. What do you guys think? So we're just noticing discrepancies in the household to see if your child will start to learn to take initiative. We're just pointing their attention to what needs to be done. And then it becomes more about cooperation instead of coercion, if that makes sense. And kids and adults, everybody is allergic to coercion. We are designed to push against coercion. So that's what we just expect it's not going to be done well. It's just not going to be done well. It's going to take a lot of time to model like our own grace that we give ourselves when we screw up a meal and we burn it or something else goes wrong, to see, I'm so frustrated, but you know what? Now I will never forget to do that thing again. Right. A note on siblings here. Yeah. It's, you want to be able them to help, but they're not parenting your kid. So I'm not putting my 17-year-old in charge of discipline. They are not the parent. That doesn't mean she won't help out with them. We just don't want to create a child, what we call is a parentified child. So helping is not the same as parenting. That being said, you're 17, your teenager might have to keep that child safe. Like you're going to grab their hand if they're, your 3-year-old's running across the street, but they're not eliciting, a consequence to them, or like a time in or a time. I don't believe in timeouts, but like if you're using them, a timeout, not spanking or anything like that. Not that I advocate for spanking either, but we're just saying. And we can reframe that it's an honor and a privilege, like to do a grown-up thing. You're helping your younger brother or sister. Are you up for this, buddy? Like, this is a big job. Are you good for that? So, if you're getting them help out around the house that way, it can be, oh my gosh, like I can't even imagine not having that assistance now. Like they help each other. All my kids help each other out with things. I don't know how it would work without that help.